I'm making cookies today. So I have this cookbook that was printed before I was even born, but I happen to have a copy because my mom kept onto it. It was from my dad's side of the family, but my mom kept onto a copy of it for my whole life. And then when I moved out of state, I asked her for it. I actually kind of demanded it. And in the back of the book, I'm gonna cover up the name, but my mother has written a chocolate chip cookie recipe from a lady that used to babysit me. There are no instructions, and she also didn't put a measurement for the chocolate chips because I'm assuming that she would want to measure with her heart, which I do too. I never pay attention to the instructions for how many chocolate chips to add. I'm using the whole bag. What do you mean? Thanks to my mom, I am a baker, and thanks to my boyfriend's mom at Christmas last year, I have access to a KitchenAid. The Mercedes of kitchen tools. I can figure this out without any directions because I have made chocolate chip cookies probably at least 100 times in my life at this point. 1 cup of butter, use unsalted whenever you are baking, and it should be softened. I left this out last night because it was frozen. You fucking bitch. Don't put that in. Scrape the last bits of butter off the wrapper with a rubber spatula. And we're gonna cream this with both of the sugars. Cup of brown, cup of white. Also, I'll save this rant for another day, but I don't think anyone should be buying pre-made brown sugar from the store. Just buy some molasses. No one wants to deal with rock hard brown sugar in baking. Giggity. Unfortunately, I haven't converted my boyfriend to that way of thinking yet, so he still insists on buying brown sugar. One day, folks. Oh, sure, that's like firmly packed enough. Gotta use the paddle attachment and cream this on the KitchenAid. The next bit would be to have this continuously mixing and alternating the wet and dry. You should mix the dry all together in one bowl, but I don't want to dirty a whole separate bowl. So it's 2 eggs, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 2.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And then I'm gonna add in like a teaspoon of salt. And I'm also going to measure with my heart with the vanilla, okay? I'll let my ancestors tell me when to stop. I don't listen to any measurements of vanilla. It's only gonna make it taste better, like. And then after all that's mixed in, fold in the chocolate chips. So I'm gonna do this on the mixer because I don't want to hand mix this. That's too much work for me. But I will be back to fold in the chalky chippies. I put on an apron. Also, every time you add something, take off the paddle, scrape the bowl. Now here's my dilemma. This is the bag of chocolate chips I have. It has about 4 cups in it, according to the package. So the correct amount of chocolate chips for this recipe would be about 2.5 cups. But this is where, you know, the difference between correct and preferred comes in. Because, yeah. And these are also sitting on top of the fridge, kind of getting warmed, so they're bloomed. It's fine. It's still chocolate. If you have, like, one of the scoop and poop little ice cream scoops, your life is going to be infinitely easier when trying to get these into cookie shapes. This has made quite a lot of cookie dough, as you can tell, so I would recommend, and what I'm going to do, is ball up a bunch of this cookie dough, like put it in pre-sectioned out balls in bags in the freezer, so that whenever we want cookies, we can just whack a couple onto a baking sheet, bake at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. The best chocolate chip cookies are fresh, warm chocolate chip cookies, so why wouldn't you just have them every time? Plus, the colder the dough is, the less the cookies will spread, because if I bake these right now, it's going to just turn into like a sheet of cookie. So I'm going to have to, at the bare minimum, probably refrigerate this for a while before I can even turn it into balls, because it is very sticky. Hey, Grollo! Hey! I'm talking to you! So I'm probably going to put cling wrap over this and try to find a place for it in the fridge. Or maybe even the freezer, get it done faster. And then I'm gonna ball it up and I'll show you what they look like later. I'm gonna have to wait, you don't.
Love me, hate me, but can't you see what I see? All of the boys and all of the girls.